received some questions about writing the equation of a line given a slope and an ordered pair. So I'm going to look at this question to start with. In this particular question, we can already see the solution, and we're going to compare it with what the student answered and see if we can discover what might have happened. All right, I'm going to use this window right here to type. The very first thing I have written down is the equation of a line in y equals mx plus b form. So I'm going to use that equation as I try to find the equation of this particular line. Now this particular line has slope 2, so I can replace m with 2. M is the slope. What I don't know yet is the value of b, so I need to solve for b. I do have an ordered pair, which gives me an x value and a y value, so I can plug in the x value of 7 and the y value of 9, and now I can simplify this and solve for b. Okay. So if I simplify, 2 times 7 is 14, so I have 9 equals 14 plus b, and then we can subtract 14 from both sides. So if I subtract 14, again, you would probably write that underneath usually, but 9 minus 14 is negative 5. So I can type negative 5 equals b. Okay. Now that I have those two pieces, m and b, we can fill in the equation. Again, it's y equals mx plus b, but I was told m in this case was 2, and I just discovered that b is negative 5. So the correct equation should be, for this one, y equals 2x minus 5. Let's compare that with what we have answered in this box. The answer had a different value for the slope and for the intercept. So the slope value of 2 should match the slope value that you're given. I'm not sure what steps were taken in this one, so we'll have to maybe go back and look at your work to see how that differs from what we did. Okay. I'm going to go on to a question that the student has not answered yet, and let's see if we can get our answer to work out similarly. This is from section 1.5b, and this is another example where I have a slope and I have a point, and I want to write the equation of the line. Okay. So we're going to start from the same place, knowing that y equals mx plus b is the equation for a line in slope-intercept form. Now m, this time, is the fraction 4/7, and I don't know what b is still. I do have an ordered pair that gives me an x value of 5 at the same time the y value is 2. I'm going to use this now to solve for b. Okay. So I solve for b, and I'm going to simplify this piece first. I know that 5 is the same thing as 5 over 1, so when I multiply those two fractions together, 5 times 4 is 20 over 7 times 1 is 7, so I get 20/7. Okay. Now, to solve for b, I need to subtract 20/7 from both sides. In order to subtract 20/7, I'm going to need a common denominator. 2 is 2 over 1. I need to multiply by 7 on top and bottom to get the common denominator of 7. 1 times 7 is 7, and 2 times 7 is 14. Now, finishing that subtraction, 14/7 minus 20/7, 14 minus 20 is negative 6, so that will give me negative 6/7. Okay. Equals 27 minus 27 is b. All right. Now that I have the m value and the b value, y equals mx plus b becomes, remember that the m value was 4/7, and I've just found the b value, and it is negative 6/7. So instead of plus b, we'll put plus negative 6/7. You don't need to have plus then minus. You might as well just simplify it just minus. So our final answer right here is y equals 4/7x minus 6/7. We don't have anything to check this with yet, so let's flip to the previous page and type this in. Y equals 4/7 over x minus 6/7. And I'm in the instructor window, sorry. I thought it would let me check. It didn't let me check. so I'll have to check it from your screen. Another way to check it would be to plug in the ordered pair and make sure that it works. So let's check it manually since I can't check it on MyMathLab from the screen I was using. Okay, so if I plug in the x value of 5, I should be able to get back to the y value of 2. Okay? And again, we'll just check it. Oops, copy. And we'll just check it ourselves here. So I know that, once again, 5 is the same thing as 5 over 1. So when I multiply these together, that gives me 5 times 4 is 20. 7 times 1 is 7, so 27. 27 minus 6/7 is 14/7. And then I know that 14 divided by 7 is 2, so I do have the desired y value, so it checks. So that was the correct answer.